Back to Sunday Sports Extra and Trackside 6, 2013 Indy 500 champion Tony Kanaan, three-time champion Dario Franchitti, and
it's okay, move on.
Tinder
Robin Miller. Tinder's Robin Miller. Well, that was an interesting day today, huh, boys?
Yeah, I mean, granted that they changed the rules on us 30 minutes before we go qualifying. So, yeah, and the mechanics took the boost out, like some downforce changes, so the mechanics and the engineers have to change gears, guess what downforce levels we're going to run, and we had to go out and try.
Was it only one day? I mean, I wasn't even doing the difficult stuff, and it felt like...
It felt like 2 or 3 days all wrapped up into one, didn't it?
It was really tense, really intense. You know, Dario is our driver advisor, coach,
yeah.
And he has his hands full with a 20-year-old kid named Sage, but it was...
Sage.
Karem.
He spelled his name wrong on his new helmet.
You might have a sit back like this.
His gold helmet.
Gold member.
No, he'll be sitting like this if he was here. Yeah, I'm from PA.
20 years old.
You know, the town.
Sage had really a nice week. He comes home. He's going to start in the middle of row 8. We're going to run down the 11 rows.
That's what happens. I mean, a lot of guys got it a little bit off, and then basically with this boost reduction and this downforce equalizer that I actually call, I made that up. It happened that guys that got it right got it really right, and then guys that got it wrong got it really wrong. Look at JPM, Juan Pablo Montoya.
Just the gear ratio, you could hear some of the cars going by and they just weren't up in the rev range, and just some guys just fighting under. So, you know, when you watch Tony and Scott, and they were every control in the car, trying to get the car into some semblance of balance and absolutely fighting it. And these guys were lucky enough that they could bring it closer. Some guys just missed in
and then we think
one
experience
shot.
Also, especially like with Sage, that he's still not used to use all the controls. You have to, today I count a lot of the experienced guys.
Veteran guys.
Yeah,
like
and also the engineers.
Justin Wilson, for instance.
Great job for Justin.
Wasn't that great?
How about Justin Wilson? Okay, so let's take a step back.
Qualifying run real quick.
Not bad for an old guy.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have,
every lap.
not put more steering into this thing.
That's the white flag waving on your career.
yeah. That's true.
That sounds like a headline in this paper or something like that.
That was my motivation for him yesterday. I came in, I threw the paper down and said, "Is this true? Do you want to show these guys?"
Yeah, what was that? White flag on your career? No.
Yeah, why would you admit that? Say, I'm just as fast as I used to be.
You guys have some connections. The interview was great. If you leave, if you actually read the content, whoever you're working on newspaper before, I guess you have a headline writer that decided to like. Yeah, which I have no idea what that is still.
I got caught
so
with that before.
A guy gets paid just to make a headline.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Great job, bro. Got it right.
Well, let's take it over to the star guy, or former star guy. Okay, and take a step back here. Ed Carpenter's spin. Then all of a sudden, you and I are back in the garage area. They're thrashing. They're taking the boost out of these. They got to change out the gears and everything. Was it a knee-jerk reaction?
Of course it was. Panic in Gasoline Alley. But, you know, I just think the paddock and the guys, the teams, everybody talked to, whether Honda guys or Chevrolet guys, are like, really? I mean, why are we acting like this? Why are we doing this? Because 3 people crashed? If that would have happened in the 60s and 3 people crashed, you think Parnelli Jones would have said, oh, please, we got to slow the cars down? You guys wouldn't have said that.
They weren't saying it.
No, and we were against it. Honestly, I think I'm all for it, safety. We lost 2 of our best friends in racing and accidents like that.
And Greg Moore and Dan Weldon.
Sure. And then I think that when you come back to us and you can prove to me that that's what's causing it, I'm all for it. But this is still the Speedway. Cars flipped every time we've been here since 1900s. So to me, and that's why it makes us so unique, make us who we are. That's why we're legends. So
who are we today?
We're nobody anymore.
You're a coach now. So.
You're a coach. Look at us. But I'm on my white flag, so.
Yeah, it's all over.
But when it's not the blue flag.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the black one, for that matter. But when you go through the 3 accidents, Elio's accident, Roger told me a couple days ago they had the wrong aero package on the car. You look at Newgarden's accident.
Tire going out.
And the tire, they were flat tire.
Ed was just loose. That happens.
If there was an aero issue, when he flips around, he's going backwards, the car would have immediately gone up, correct? So
we talk about this all the time. Indianapolis, like any oval, but especially Indy, it's a tightrope. You're on that edge all the time, especially in qualifying. Like, you cannot believe you finish it right, and he's probably sitting just now going, I can't believe I did that.
He asked today, how many minutes is qualifying? Like the 4 laps, because he didn't remember.
I have no comprehension.
Because we don't think about that.
Feels like half an hour, but it's a tightrope, and you can't. If you make a mistake on that, the consequences are very, very serious.
a lot of fans left very upset because they're out there for 11
fast
hours. And there is no fast 9.
Well, I mean, what a dog and pony show. You drag the poor 4 slowest guys out there to battle it out for the last spot. It's embarrassing.
The fans that stuck it out, I'll give them credit.
I tell you what
do you say to those folks?
I'd say it was incredible. It was the passion the fans showed, the patience they showed was incredible. But to go back to the guys in the series for a second, the guys running it, they have to be seen to be taking safety as the absolute #1 priority. And it's easy to watch guys make decisions and pick holes in them, but it's very, very difficult to make a decision, and we can all look at it, and I do it as well as the next guy. Hey, we should do this differently. But it's very difficult to make that decision when you're under the gun. But the fans, they were.
I mean, I apologize all day to the fans, and I think, you know, one thing that I said to all of them, people that I entertain during the day or on my social media, I said, guys, a lot of things is not under our control. So please come for us, because we're in the same boat. You guys spent 11 hours here, so did we, and we still had to put 4 laps together with something that we didn't drive. We haven't been driven for 5 days in a row. So hopefully they'll stick up for us that are in the same boat as them, and then hopefully we'll put a very good show for them.
You will.
When it comes to
It'll be a good race.
The race is going to be good.
Sure.
But for somebody, I agree with Robin, how many years we've been trying to make pole day like was back in the day.
That
obviously today was a
lap
month.
this morning, the 2:33 lap that Dick's rocked off.
That was awesome.
Okay.
Especially when you saw that it was by himself.
It was by himself, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then yesterday, what was his number yesterday? He rocked when, and it was raining.
2:31 raining.
That upset me more than anything today. It was raining and they didn't throw
When
the
you say
yellow.
he, we're talking about
Dixon's qualifying.
Scott Dixon. That
Dixon.
one lap he did was just.
It was me and you in the pit box, and we're like, it's raining! It's raining! And he's flat. I'm like, okay.
Well, let him go.
We've raced in the rain before. With TGBB. I mean, that's not that big a surprise.
Let's go through the 11 rows to 3 and setting the field for the 99th running of the Indy 500. Again, Scott Dixon on pole. Will Power breaking up the Penske party up in the front row.
We've been doing that quite often this year.
Exactly. And then row 2, some guy named Tony Kanaan. Leo Castaneva's in there. But that is the best Leo impression.
Sage does a TK impression.
Obviously.
Oh, he does.
Obviously. Let me tell you guys, a great run for the Penske Chevrolet.
Justin Wilson, tremendous job for Andretti Autosport and that Honda, the top Honda today. Row 3, Bourdais, Marco, and Newgarden. Just chime in whenever you see something.
I mean, to me, this row is the most surprising row for the month, because those guys did an awesome job. They struggled the whole month. Yep. I mean, Marco was up there, but on a draft every day, found something today. Newgarden with the crash, and Bourdais was not comfortable all week
at all.
And today,
all of a sudden, it just came right to him.
Great job, man. I think that row actually was, to me, it was the most hard-working row of the day.
Row 4, Hildebrand, Munoz way back. I expected a little bit more out of Carlos. No, maybe not so much.
He's fairly close. You look how close he is to Justin, Marco. Yeah. You know, he's okay. Ed, can I take over that? Ed,
yeah.
You know, obviously that is on the outside of row 4 there. To get in the car again after that,
and to do that
big old hit was impressive. I mean, everybody waited. You know, we created all this controversy so they could have enough time to fix his car, which was really nice. I'm only kidding. I said that to Ed afterwards.
You can cancel his parking pass and his
I will tell you this. That what he did, I sounds like Elio as well. I tell you this.
Let me tell you this.
His job, the job Ed did today, the courage it takes to do what he did.
Right.
Row 5.
Very impressive.
Hey,
row 5.
Servia.
Yep, Servia did a hell of a job.
A guy that deserves a ride.
Absolutely.
And now qualifies his team.
What about?
No, I don't care.
He wasn't very happy. I predict Montoya starts 15th.
Hey,
he will be
Charlie Kimball.
Yeah, Charlie did a good job. Montoya will be, he starts 15th. He will be 7th at the end of the first lap.
Row 6, Ryan Hunter-Reay, the reigning champ. Graham back there, Carlos Huertas, and Dale
very
Coyne
good job.
How about that?
Very, very good job.
Row 7, Di Silvestro, James Jakes, Tristan Vautier, who's in for...
Again,
Who jumped in and did a nice job.
Vautier.
Did a really nice job.
Great laps.
Really good stories throughout the field here. Tagliani, Karam.
Another guy, Tag, in front of his two teammates and went off. So
there you go. Yeah. Row 9, Daly, Bell, Sato, the all four-letter row there. Pippa, Chavez, Saavedra, and then they wrapped it up. Hawksworth.
Pippa's driving hurt. She did a great job.
Yep, absolutely. Hawksworth, Coletti, Clausen.
some broken ribs
in there in row 11. All right. There we go. Now the fun part.
That's it?
Fun part.
Now the fun
What
part.
about
Now the big show.
What about the 8-second delay? Are they going to run that tonight? Can we cuss?
What is? No. We
Oh,
can't,
sorry.
We're
Not cable.
live here.
Sorry.
No.
We have another segment. That's what.
No,
Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
When we come back, how do these two faces end up on the Borg Warner Trophy? A guy by the name of Will Behrens out of North Carolina puts it all together. Back to Sports Extra. Great sporting events have great trophies, but the really great trophies honor the past and present. The Borg Warner Trophy does that and more, and over the last 25 years, the artist who's really been solely responsible has been Will Behrens, the man behind the faces in our Sports Extra spotlight. The echoes of Indy wins are barely over here before work begins to immortalize the drivers here. Welcome to Tryon, North Carolina, quaint town in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains and home to Will Behrens, world-renowned sculptor who knew he would work with his hands as he grew up in Milwaukee.
I had tree houses and playhouses. I had a number of those that I built. So I've always had a fondness for building things.
I was going to say, so you're always constructing something, putting something with your hands, working with your hands, whatnot, and...
I guess I should have been a contractor, yeah.
I think you're doing okay right now. I think you're doing okay.
With classical music playing in the background and his dog Maddie keeping watch, the transformation begins, turning Tony Kanaan's likeness from the year before into Ryan Hunter-Reay's. Behrens lines up a variety of headshots, taken at all different angles. And the clay, it's the same he's used for years. The process, a slice above the rest for the folks at Borg Warner.
In 1989, for the 1989 winter, they had an idea that they would find a prominent American sculptor to do it every year. In 90, they called me up. That was the year I did Ari Leyendyke. And then I guess, you know, I suppose they liked what I did. So
I was going to say, you were too good then, so there you go. We're going to keep Will Behrens around, just have him do it, right?
I guess so, yeah, I guess so.
But shaping a clay likeness is only the beginning. Dozens of examples of his past projects show the process. The clay becomes a mold for a plaster likeness, which becomes a mold for a wax likeness, which is shipped off to the Sterling caster and then returned for Will to fine-tune. And there's been changes over the years.
This came from, it's pretty heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the first year, and again, we didn't have our technique really down, and so we should have cast it thinner.
The Indy 500 is all about innovation. Heck, we've got innovation right here. You know?
Yeah, I haven't evolved as quickly as the cars have, but you know, it's a...
Back at the mold, Behrens begins to shape the eyes and jawline.
At what point do you look at it and say, this is it?
Yeah. When I start having a conversation with it, then I know it's...
You're talking, you're having a conversation with it.
Yeah, that's right. It's a oil and wax.
There's actually plenty of talk about Will Behrens. His portfolio includes a variety of statues and busts commissioned by the government and statues for baseball, including a massive Tony Gwynn statue at San Diego's Petco Park and 4 works at San Francisco's AT&T Park, with a highlight the very popular statue of Willie Mays, 10 feet high, weighing in at 2,000 pounds.
It's a good ballpark.
In his Tryon office, Maddie gets to hang out with a few autographs as a result of Will's hard work and photos at every turn.
When you think about it, how many people have taken their picture with this? How many people have taken pictures of the Borg Warner Trophy?
I wish I had a concession on all the people that... Yeah.
If you had a nickel for every picture.
If.
Hunter-Reay is coming into picture as well. His likeness for the trophy getting closer by the minute.
This is one of the unique pieces in certainly American sports culture that is going to be around forever. And to have your imprint on that, I mean, how special is that?
Well, that's very special. And I'm a race fan, so having done 25 images on that is a real, you know, I'm very proud and pleased about that. I really am.
Shaping the cheeks, chin, and the hair.
I enjoy doing the hair because it kind of like is very expressive, and it almost denotes speed, you know.
The concentration level arguably matches that of driving at speed at Indy, although this project will take as long as needed.
Is it emotional at all for you?
You know, it's getting that way. Passing the 25-year mark, you know, I'm kind of realizing, hey, you know, there is a mark. And every year when the base comes here for me to attach the new winner, I kind of revisit my old friends, and I get out the polishing cloth and I, you know, polish them off and just have a moment with them, you know.
And finally, after hours of work and even more classical music, the moment arrives at his workspace. The first look at the finished product, complete with his signature WB under the left side of the chin. And Ryan Hunter-Reay now has a face to fill his space among Indy legends.
Where would you rate putting together this annual project?
Virtually all of my pieces are one of a kind.
Right.
And this is a set, and as the set includes more pieces, it becomes more and more of something I'm prouder of. I mean, it becomes a body of work in that one place.
Something you look forward to every year?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
The official unveiling at the Speedway is an annual event, and the likeness enjoyed for decades to come. But it all begins here, as Barron's hopes it will for years to come.
In many ways, you're kind of the bearer of the torch.
You know, I think about how long I'll do them, and I'll do them as long as these hands are capable, and they're willing. BorgWarner is. So, yeah, I want to hold that torch as long as I can.
I think you're fine. I think you're doing good.
Good.
If the drivers like it, then you're not going anywhere.
Did you hear from somebody? Am I okay?
Still to come. Sure, the Pacers didn't make the playoffs, but still have a big week ahead. Michael Grady with the look. But as we're going to break your chance to win a family 4-pack to Saturday's day before the 500 at Lucas Oil Raceway out in Brownsburg. Silver Crown Pro Mazda USF 2000. A lot of fun. Caller 6 wins 269-1459. By the way, here are the rules. One more time. Must be able to pick it up at the studio. Good luck. Hey, we're back after this. Back to wrap things up on Sunday Sports Xtra. Michael Grady, Brad Brown here. Who do you like for the Indy 500?
Vegas odds have Elio and Juan Pablo Montoya, the co-favorites, 11-2. Scott Dixon, Tony Kanaan, 6-1. Will Power, 13-2.
Okay.
Ed Carpenter, 10-1. Ryan Hunter-Reay, 14-1. Graham Rahal, 50-1.
I like those odds for Graham.
$20 on Graham wins you 1,000.
That would be good money.
Wow.